So this video is a 3-month general update walkthrough of the garden, so you can see what's occurred. There's already been lots going on, and obviously 3 months isn't a long time, so I'm very pleased with the progress. And a few little bits here which didn't warrant their own video, but just a big change. So in this case, there's two paths running side by side, which isn't necessary, and they're kind of different slopes, which also kind of makes a hazard regards tripping over or whatever it might be. So I decided I wanted to take out one of them. Again, that'll give me a bigger area which I'm going to plant. I've got big plans for that. I'm looking forward to do that. I'll not mention that at the moment though. So what the hope was that I could take up the slabs and use them in the back, because you know they're nice slabs, they're fine, and it's not a given. Anyway, using my drill, they came up easy, really easy, 90%, absolutely fine. I was left with the concrete base then, which I needed to rip up. I had to do two things with this because the drill was going straight through them. So all I did, I smashed them with a sledgehammer first, just to sort of weaken them, and then with the big drill, I broke them up and then just dismantled them basically. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with them yet. I have kept some of the rubble. Some's gone and skipped. Some's been kept because, as you saw with the cages, they can be quite useful. So yeah, it's a case of clearing it, and then we're going to sort out all this area, which this was all the plastic grass. That's all gone now, and we're going to basically probably meadow it. I haven't fully decided, but that's most likely the case for now, because that'll look great, bring back life. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Now, the cages, which were so much work to do, and I'm really pleased with them. They look great. They're doing a great purpose. As I say, got rid of all of that rubble, all of that stuff which otherwise would have gone to a landfill, been skipped, I don't know. But it's also made a really solid boundary. So that's it. Forget about that now. That is there forever. But one of the sad things about these jobs, but what it is purpose, you can't even see it now. So where they were, they did look good, but now they're completely covered up, soil all backed against them, so they are forgotten about now, just working there and doing their job, which is great. It's like it never was, but I know that is fixed now forever, and plants are growing them, animals might live in them. We'll see what happens. Now, I know not everyone wanted to get rid of the laurel, and I do get it, but I am going to do nice, beautiful fruit trees along there. And it blocked out too much light from neighbours. I didn't particularly like the plant anyway. So I had a big pile of it, so that has all got mulched. Now, I was potentially going to get it mulched onto the garden, but speaking to it was easier for them just to take it away, and it wasn't great mulch, so that's fine. So that got done very quick as well. It's always it was good to watch the shredder in action. So you just chuck it in, and then that's going to get, I don't know, used somewhere else. It won't go in the bin. That's the main thing. So there's been a few changes. If I remember, we had stuff piled kind of here. All of this was basically gravel and like just one big car park. I'll show you the other bits in a bit. So don't get me wrong, at a glance it kind of doesn't look like it's right. However, it's coming on really, really well. So this bit here, it was all piled up against the front, so I pulled it back now, which is because it's really bad for a tree to pile soil up against it. I think we've got away with it, but we pulled it away from the concrete tree, the horse chestnut tree now. That's better. And all of this soil here, whereas before it was rock solid, it was all hardcore, but that you can dig now. So that's ready for planting, which is going to be great. Really, really looking forward to planting trees in it. This pile here is all soil, which is good soil. So it's just been a case of breaking it up and getting rid of some of all the rocks. Along the side there, that was just a waiting disaster because it was all banked up against the fence, and like it appeared to be just held with plasterboard. So that wasn't going to work. So even though it looks like nothing's going on now, we filled up all the cages. We got these long cages, these gables, and all over here was full of rubble and rubbish and rocks and stuff like that. But they were perfect for filling into over here. So all of the rocks and stuff in here have gone in the cages, And then, I mean, if you look here, you can see the edge of the cages, but they're never going to move now. They're there forever. I've cut all this hedge back as well, just to clear it, but I think it looks neat anyway, and it'll probably be better for the hedge. It's leyland on it. I'm not a fan of leyland either. So here, I took all the gravel back. So this is all gravel, and I've lifted up the plastic trays. Some of them will go back, but most of this now is going to be garden. Now, just at the moment, this is all old tarmac, but that's all coming out. And actually, one of my friends is able to use that. That's going to be taken out and used. It's going to easily use it as hardcore somewhere else. Along this wall, it's just storage at the moment. And I don't like it, but it just has to be for now. For long term, we've still got the master plan of that. So we're gonna put all your bug houses, things like that. This is a lot of wood that I've reclaimed. The pine tree went down, which again, I know it's a tree, but I am going to replace it with much more wildlife friendly trees. So elders, elder tree, a rowan, definitely a rowan. So all of that stuff's going to be used for bug houses, things like that. Again, here, it seems a shame because there was green there were plants, but there were just a lower hedge in a raised planter. And this is the area I'm planning to put the bees. So I'm planning to make basically a big pergola here. That's going to be very soon, and I'm really looking forward to that. And all of this, again, it kind of needs sieving. You can see this is just like some of the stuff which has been pulled out. That's probably, it might go on a skip now, we'll see. But yeah, so this is all what I'm gonna do. I'll have a slab which the beehive sits on, and then the rest I'm just gonna let that go. Wildflowers, grass, whatever, we'll see. Again, living, that's the main thing. So, that's all gonna be a perk. I'm gonna do it here. I'm really looking forward to making that. I've just started getting the wood in actually, ready to do that. So here, it's already cleared. This was plastic grass area. The laurel hedge. Now, it obviously looks much worse now because the laurel hedge is gone. But I wanted to get that out as soon as I could because the longer I leave it, the more likely we're going to have birds nesting in it. So I didn't want to jeopardise that. But now it's ready. Again, what we're going to do with this, as the digger comes, like we've done before, and it's just going to sieve all of this. And even though it looks quite messy, this isn't bad actually. It needs breaking up. And as soon as it's breaking up, it'll be like a really sandy soil. So I'm going to wildflower this. And there's certain particularly native British plants which will really like that soil. Along this wall, so you can see this is where the cages come all the way up to here. So perfect fit. And again, if you look at the back here, I couldn't access here before, but these are all rocks which have been dug out, but they're nice rocks. So I put them there partly for storage, partly because I don't know where else to put them. Creates a habitat. I'm just going to leave that to do all at once. But again, if in the future I want to use them, maybe for a pond, maybe for a stream, they're there and they're perfect, ready to be used. So along here, I'm going to put posts on. You'll see it soon enough. But along here, the plan is espalier fruit trees. That's always been the plan. It'll be really nice, really sunny, really enjoyable. And then all of this is just going to get leveled. I'm going to level all of this, and then this will just be this year. I don't know long term, but for now, let's just get some green. So it's just going to be wildflowers, basically. And then, so there was a walkway here. I don't know if you remember the walkway, but there was no need to have two next to each other. So again, taking that out, still got this one. That's fine. I only need 1 footpath down. And again, all of this, we're going to just wildflower. That's a compost bin, just in case people keep thinking I'm maybe really into bingo. It's a compost bin, that. So, come down here. So this was all this was like a plastic edge. And I've taken all that out, and the wood's really, really rotten. So it needed to come out anyway. But that's okay. I wanted to take it out because I didn't want the plastic. I had a decking in front of the building over there as well. That's come out, and I've got rid of all the glass. I don't like glass. I like the natural things. So again, I managed to get rid of that on a few various sites. it's debating what I'm going to do at the moment. So I could have put all this here with a view that I was thinking of doing cages here. But actually now I'm changing. We'll see. Not doing anything yet. But I'm actually thinking now what might be quite nice here is like a tiered planter. So I'm thinking sleepers here, and then a gap, let's say that big, then sleepers here, and then maybe even a third, depending how much it goes up or down. And I think that'd be a real nice sort of stepping up to the garden. And what soil goes in here, again, I could either do your succulents, like your tough ones in sandy soil, or it'd be really easy to manage that and put like some compost in there, so I could maybe go for like more nutrient-loving plants. Well, you can see we're really making progress. There's the slabs, perfect for reusing. I'm going to repurpose them in the back little courtyard area. So yeah, it's just coming on really well. I'm really pleased with how things are going. At times, don't get me wrong, I've been a bit overwhelmed, but really making good progress. Really enjoying it as well. That's the main thing, just enjoying it. And I can't wait to plant trees at the front. That's probably the next. That's going to be really good. But it's just going to be wonderful. All I'm going to do is scatter seeds here and just let it do what it does, and it's just going to be great watching it come back to life. At the moment, at times it does feel like we're going further away from life because anything that was there, be it the tree, be it the hedge, they've all come out. But they're all just they're all one plant. There wasn't really, for wildlife, they weren't great. But now we're going to start putting back, and so over the next coming weeks, that's what we're going to be doing: planting, bringing back, building some structures for the plants to grow up and things, get the bees back. I really want to get my bees here as soon as possible. I've got this sort of bird feeder here, and I had the idea that I'm going to keep the front bit. I'm not going to put any bird feeders there at all. I'm going to keep that pure wildlife. So I'm going to the trees. So I'm going to have trees which are good for the birds, bird back boxes, things like that. But I'm not going to mess with that. Whereas bird feeders I'm going to have here. I have heard that sometimes bird feeders can be detrimental to other species. So we're going to split the garden of like more natural, more influence, but it will still be the wildlife garden. So yeah, I hope you're enjoying the journey as much as I am. It's a good journey. If you want to comment, like and subscribe, that'd be great. And thank you for watching. Really appreciate it.